my goodness, it's so good to see you. Let's read a book. I've missed you. Okay, I was looking through all the books I had, and I found one called A House for Hermit Crab. Stick with me if you've read it, okay? This one has quite a few pages and quite a few words, so it'll take us a little while, okay? Time to move, said Hermit Crab one day in January. I've grown too big for this little shell. It felt safe and snug in his shell, but now it was too snug. Hermit Crab stepped out of the shell and onto the floor of the ocean. But it was frightening in the open ocean without a shell to hide in. What if a big fish comes along and attacks me, he thought. I must find a new house soon. There he is. He's worried about those fish getting him, isn't he? The pages only stick together only. Okay. Early in February, Hermit Crab found just the house he was looking for. It was a big shell and strong. He moved right in, wiggling and waggling about inside to see how it felt. It felt just right. But it looks so, well, plain, thought Hermit Crab. Do you think it looks plain? Has pretty colors. Let's see. Are we going to find out Hermit Crab is an artist? Let's see what he does. In March, Hermit Crab met some sea anemones. Anemones? Anemones. Let's learn this word together. I've always read it, but I've never learned how to pronounce it. Anemones. Anemones? If somebody knows better, let me know, okay? They swayed gently back and forth in the water. How beautiful you are, said Hermit Crab. Would one of you be willing to come and live in my house? It's so plain it needs you. I'll come, whispered a small sea anemone. I think we're getting it. Gently, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and put it on his shell. Look how pretty it is. It's like a crown or something, isn't it? Wow. Good taste. Good choice. In April, Hermit Crab passed a flock of starfish moving slowly along the seafloor. How handsome you are, said Hermit Crab. Would one of you be willing to decorate my house? I would, signaled the little sea star. Carefully, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and put it on his house. Okay. So we're adding to the beauty, aren't we? It's going to have the prettiest house. In May, Hermit Crab discovered some coral. They were hard and didn't move. How pretty you are, said Hermit Crab. Would one of you be willing to help make my home more beautiful? I would, creaked the crusty coral. Gingerly, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and placed it on his shell. Wow, he may have to find a bigger shell. Let's see. He seems to have it pretty well worked out, though. Let's see what happens. In June, Hermit Crab came to a group of snails crawling over a rock on the ocean floor. They grazed as they went, picking up algae and little pieces of debris and leaving a neat path behind them. How tidy and hard-working you are, said Hermit Crab. Would one of you be willing to come and help clean my house? I would, offered one of the snails. Happily, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and placed it on his shell. Are you with me that it's getting a little crowded up there? Huh. Okay, let's see what happens next. He's very pretty though. Or maybe it's she? They didn't tell us, did they? In July, maybe it doesn't matter. In July, Hermit Crab came upon several sea urchins. They had sharp, prickly needles. How fierce you look, said Hermit Crab. Would one of you be willing to protect my house? I would, answered a spiky sea urchin. Gratefully, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and placed it near his shell. Quite pretty, huh? In August, Hermit Crab and his friends wandered into a forest of seaweed. It's so dark here, thought Hermit Crab. How dim it is, murmured the sea anemone. How gloomy it is, whispered the starfish. How murky it is, complained the coral. I can't see, said the snail. It's like nighttime, cried the sea urchin. It is quite dark. You see how dark it is there? It's pretty dark, isn't it? Sometimes that's kind of snuggly, though. We'll see how it works out here. In September, Hermit Crab spotted a school of lanternfish darting through the dark water. How bright you are, said Hermit Crab. He gives the best, or she? Hermit Crab gives the best compliments, huh? Would one of you be willing to light up our house? I would, replied one lanternfish, and it swam over near the shell. Ooh. Have you ever seen a firefly? This kind of looks like a firefly. It's a fish that lights up like a firefly, or lightning bug. You know, some people call them fireflies and some people call them lightning bugs. In October, Hermit Crab approached a pile of smooth pebbles. How sturdy you are, said Hermit Crab. Would you mind if I rearranged you? Not at all, said the pebbles. Hermit Crab picked them up one by one with his claw and built a wall around his shell. Now my house is perfect, cheered Hermit Crab. Look at this. Oh boy, when you get together with your friends, even if they're new friends, you can do the most fun things, can't you? But in November, Hermit Crab felt that his shell seemed a little too small. Little by little, over the year, Hermit Crab had grown. Soon he would find another, bigger home. But he had come to love his friends, the sea anemone, the starfish, the coral, the sea urchin, the snail, the lanternfish, and even the smooth pebbles. They've been so good to me, thought Hermit Crab. They're like my family. How can I ever leave them? See how big a space they take up? And he's getting bigger. You grow bigger. Have you grown any lately? Have you gotten taller? I bet somebody out there's gotten taller. Yeah. In December, a smaller hermit crab passed by. I've outgrown my shell, she said. Would you know of a place for me? I've outgrown my house too, said Hermit Crab. I must move on. You're welcome to live here, but you must promise to be good to my friends. I promise, said the little crab. Wow, that worked out great, didn't it? Okay. The following January, Hermit Crab stepped out and the little crab moved in. Couldn't stay in that little shell forever, said Hermit Crab as he waved goodbye. The ocean floor looked wider than he remembered, but Hermit Crab wasn't afraid. Soon he spied the perfect house, a big empty shell. And it looked, well, a little plain, but sponges, he thought, barnacles, clownfish, sand dollars, electric eels. Oh, there's so many possibilities. I can't wait to get started. I see a bunch of new friends for him, don't you? Look at him there. That's a massive shell. He's going to have to find a few friends to decorate all that, huh? I'm so glad we got to read a book together today. And I'm so glad to get to visit with you again. So, but I'll go for now, and I'll see you later, okay? Okay, bye-bye. I love you.